Chapter 1, Scene 2. At the crack of dawn, Eirik stood in his room, the weight of exhaustion still hanging over him. Sleep had been a secondary thought. 5 hours at best. But it didn't matter. The envelope Aurelius had given him carried news he had long awaited. Validation of his efforts, a glimpse of the recognition he craved. The words still buzzed in his mind. He picked up the letter from his bedside table and unfolded it, his eyes scanning the lines once more. Special Forces and Stealth Troops Administration Office. Dear Eirik Eldsavero, this letter serves as confirmation of your application to participate in the Special Forces and Stealth Troops Selection Exam, SFSE, scheduled for 21st November 2025. We have reviewed your performance records and are pleased to inform you that you have been granted permission to take part in the exam. Please ensure that the attached form is completed and submitted by 7th November 2025. Additionally, the third page contains the captain's approval and official seal. This must be presented on the day of the exam to gain access. Best of luck. Special Forces and Stealth Troops Administration Office. Eirik refolded the letter, his lips curling into a satisfied smile. A surge of exhilaration bubbled up inside him. He was tempted to do a victory dance, to shout triumphantly, to laugh without a care. But no, he couldn't. One of the fundamental unspoken rules among the noble families of the Eldsavero clan was to never display excessive emotion. Loudness, liveliness, talkativeness, these were seen as signs of weakness and naivety. As Eirik's father always said, idleness of the mind is evident in looseness of the tongue. You weren't even allowed to be cheerful when you were alone. For some strange reason, however, negative emotions were more acceptable. Take Eirik's father, for example, Magnus Eldsavero, the head of the Eldsavero clan. When he wasn't cold, stiff, and reserved, he was seething with a deep, perplexing rage. Growing up, anger had been the emotion Eirik was most often confronted with. His father was either angry at him, disappointed in his shortcomings, or simply absent. Eirik knew he was doing well in life, that he was fulfilling his role as a worthy son, when he sat at the dinner table and wasn't labeled a disgrace. If he ever hoped for praise, he was a fool. Why should one be praised for simply fulfilling their duty, for doing what they were born to do? Eirik set his letter down on the bedside table, that shred of happiness that was apparent on his face now gone. There wasn't much time to waste. According to the official summons from the Falcon's office, he was to report there within the hour. He knew he was overworking himself, but what better way to fly through the fighter ranks than to accumulate an arsenal of quality assignments under his belt? In the sovereign city-state of Amandala, the Falcon held the highest rank among all uniformed service members. A formidable fighter who had honed expertise in diverse fields such as politics, medicine, commerce, and technology. The only individual who held rank equal to the Falcon's was the Chief Minister, who governed the spheres outside law enforcement and defense, such as finance, transportation, and healthcare. Together, they formed the pinnacle of power and responsibility, each overseeing vital domains to ensure the well-being and security of the city. Like many fighters, Eirik could only dream of becoming Lord Falcon one day. And now that he had received that letter from the Special Forces and Stealth Troops office, he was one step closer.